Hello and welcome back to Football Manager 2019 with Burton Albion. Today there's been a bit of a change of plan. We were going to do the Fleetwood game and something else, and I'm glad we didn't because we've been awful throughout the entirety of January, so we are now into February. We're going to have Sunderland and Mansfield today. Before we get into the results, there is some transfer news to go through, not a huge amount. First up, the outs. That's right, we've actually sold a player. Che Cooper has left and gone to Derby County. He's gone for, I think it's 70k? Potentially, yeah, £77,000, potentially rising up to £170,000. There is also a 50% sell-on in there. So if he gets any good at a Premiership derby, apparently, if he gets any good there, we will get some form of kickback if and when he gets sold. Also, Arash Ahmadi has gone out on loan to Bradford Park Avenue. He's played one game for us, and got man of the match in that one game, but he's not really good enough for us. So, yeah, he's been shipped out on loan until the end of the season. That is it for the outs. There's been a couple of ins as well, a couple of non-useful players, and then one half-decent one. The first of the non-useful players, I mean, that's not a really good term or way of describing them, is James Brettle. He's an 18-year-old English right-back, formerly of Aston Villa. He is a new gen. He's got a bit of potential ability, not much current ability at the moment. He might get better. He's not getting paid a huge amount. So, yeah, James is in. He's going to sit in the under-18s until he can't play for them anymore. We have also signed someone from abroad, kind of. Jalen Hankins is a Gibraltarian goalkeeper. He was at Lincoln. I think he was on a free, actually. I got him in on trial. He was alright. I need some more depth in goal because, obviously, Lillis is 33 years old now. Ashby Hammond is only on loan. So I thought I really need to get some people in. Turns out he's not as good as I was hoping. He's still only 20. He's got plenty of time to maybe improve, but I don't think he's going to get much better than what he currently is. And the best player to sign for us is Manchester City attacking midfielder Taylor Richards. He has joined on loan until the end of the season. We're not paying any money for him at all. 3-star current ability. He's got 5-star potential, but that doesn't really make a difference. He's come in because, much like most of our strikers, he can fill any one of these three roles. He can also sit as a forward as well if need be, although his finishing isn't very good. He's probably going to be that attacking midfielder there, or maybe an inside forward on the right when Stephen Hunt is too tired, which is every other week. So that is all the transfer business for our season. £3.7 million has come in. We've spent £300,000, 180 of it on Jason McCarthy, 75 on Tyler Walker, 37 on Kagosi and Thele as well. Most of the McCarthy and Walker funds is actually going to be happening over the next 3 years, so we didn't really spend anywhere near that much. We've also still got £1.3 million in the bank. We are over our wage budget. I should probably try and do that, and because we're not going to spend anything. We're still over by 1,200, 300, something like that. Anyway, let's get on to the matches that we've played. They've not been good. On the 5th of January was the first of our 3 0-0 draws. That's right, 3 of them. Up against Southend, we got loads of bookings. We had a reasonable amount of shots, not enough really to warrant anything. Jason McCarthy actually had a great debut for us, but we could not score a goal. Then on the 9th of January, up against Bolton, we managed to win this one 2-0. Marvin Sordell and Jamie Allen with the goals. We played superbly in this game, taking our chances when they turned up. Quite a lot of players getting high ratings as well. McCarthy is 7.9. McCrory and Allen both getting an 8.0 as well. 3 useful points because we drew the next 2 matches 0-0. Which is why I'm kind of glad that I didn't show you the Fleetwood game, because it was 0-0. There were 2 highlights in the whole game. Regan Charles Cook getting himself booked on the 54th minute is the only real thing to mention of any interest. And then a 0-0 draw against Oldham. Jason McCarthy getting himself sent off with a straight red card. It was very well deserved as well. We should have won this game. 20 shots, 8 on target, 64% possession. Couldn't score a goal to save our life. Their goalkeeper Leg managing to basically keep us out of this game. I'm interested. How many clear-cut chances did we get? None. 20 shots, no clear-cut chances. And then finally up against our bogey team. I say our bogey team, they're not, but I think we've lost them both times we played them this season, and we've lost them comfortably as well. Bristol Rovers, Liam Sercombe and Mark McNulty with the 2 goals for them. It was an even game, they just managed to score goals, which is something that we as a team are really struggling to do lately. Because in January, we scored 2 goals, and they were both against Bolton. We haven't scored a goal in 3 games. We've got Sunderland today, we've got Mansfield next week as well. I don't think we're going to score against Sunderland. I think that's going to be a very difficult game. Obviously, they are top of the table. We have dropped down to 6th place. It is still quite tight at the top of the table, though. We are just 4 points off of 2nd place Fleetwood, but if we didn't drop as many points as we have done over the last month, we would be sat in that 2nd place spot. Unfortunately, Crawley, Southend and Northampton have all leapt over us. Table-topping Sunderland, 73 points out of from 31 games. How many points clear are they? 15 points clear of 2nd place Fleetwood. I'm going to have to do something that I don't often do in this game, and I'm going to set up very defensively in order to just basically not lose. This is one of the few games where I will take a draw. A 0-0 draw sounds ideal. If we can score a goal, even better. The starting lineup we are going to go for then. In goal is Josh Lillis, Oliver Turton, Cal McFadzean, Luca Ercolani and Damien McCrory are going to be the back 4. Jamie Allen and Andrew Sermon are the 2 midfielders. Taylor Richards will be getting his first start on camera as the inside forward on the right-hand side. Regan Charles Cook will be the inside forward on the left. Scott Fraser will be the attacking midfielder. And Marvin Sordell will be our main goal threat. On the bench, we do have Stephen Hunt, who is he's in need of some fitness. Same with John Brayford. Ideally, they'd be playing, and I'd be playing Taylor Richards in the middle. So far, Taylor Richards, I don't think's actually played in the middle because Stephen Hunt is constantly not match fit. Yeah, he's not. He's played as an inside forward on the right for 3 games in a row and not done very well at all. Before we kick off then, we are going to have to firstly do our team talk, which we have done. Let's go to tactics and set ourselves up very defensively. I don't know what that's really going to do. I'm hoping it means that Sunderland aren't going to score. We're probably going to be 1-0 down after about a minute and a half. 3.5 minutes on the clock, so it's not a minute and a half, but this could be the opening goal because we do love to concede early on in the game. Ravel Morrison with the ball across to Fisher, who doesn't get there. Regan Charles Cook now can counter-attack, and what was that, Regan Charles Cook? The Sunderland goalkeeper smashes it upfield. Ercolani heads down to Danny John Jules, who smashes it in at Josh Lillis. It's not going to be Danny John Jules because he's a dancer and formerly of Red Dwarf, or currently of Red Dwarf. Anyway, Maguire's corner comes in right there. McGeoch is there. And we are 1-0 down after 4 minutes. Of course we are. I just went on a little bit of a weird tangent talking about Danny John Jules there. Anyway, we're 1-0 down. Not really a surprise. Since the goal, we are holding our own, and by holding our own, we're not really seeing anything at all. Regan Charles Cook gets fouled by Fisher, and Fisher has received a straight red card. That suddenly changes things a little bit. Right, we're going to go back to balanced. I don't know whether that's a good idea, but we've now got the upper hand when it comes to players on the pitch. Richards on the right-hand side. Inside to Allen. Allen smashes it at McLaughlin. It is going to be a corner. Corner to be taken by... Who's taken it? I'm not quite sure. McCrory, the left-back, takes the corner. It's come to... Jamie Allen is there, and we are 1-1 against topple of the table. Topple of the table, Sunderland. That is also our first goal in 4 games. Jamie Allen with his 6th of the season. Can we get a second goal? We didn't even get a replay. Okay, I'm not really sure what's just happened there. Almost at half-time, but Sunderland do look like they have a final chance before the whistle goes. Ravel Morrison runs inside, goes for goal. Lillis makes a save. Maguire keeps it in play. Lecco, is he going to cross it in or is he going to get tackled? Crosses in. John Jules is there, and it is over the bar for a corner. So Lillis must have actually made the save. Corner to be taken by Maguire. It's gone deep towards right. Right heads over the bar as well. It's a goal kick, and for some reason it's still saying that Jamie Allen scored his 6th goal of the season at the top. Half-time then, and Jamie Allen's 6th goal of the season, which is still there and I don't know how to get rid of it, has kept us in this game. 10-man Sunderland actually doing all right to, I guess, keep on top of the game because they're actually probably doing better than us. Half-time team talk went quite well. McFadzean is a player who isn't doing so well. He's on a 6.2. But for now, we'll have to keep him on because I don't think we've got a huge amount of options. No, we do. We've got Aldred on the bench, so maybe Aldred for McFadzean at some point. I've fixed the Jamie Allen thing at the top as well. I just clicked on his face and then he disappeared. Just before 70 minutes, we're going to do 2 subs. Aldred is going to come on for McFadzean. We're also going to bring on Joe Sparrow for Marvin Sordell. Sparrow has returned from his injury, but so far he hasn't actually done much in terms of goal-scoring threats. Final 5 minutes, I've just asked the team to get creative. It's probably not going to do anything, but a 1-1 draw against Sunderland is actually a very decent result. McCrory to Sermon. Are we going to nick a winner right at the end? Jamie Allen with the ball, edge of the area. Plays it across, can't find one of our players. Allen gets the ball back though. Where are you going to go? Turton's making a run on the right-hand side. He just about keeps it in play, and there is 10 seconds left now. Turton gets the ball. Can he cross it in? He does cross it in. It is cleared by Tafazoli, and that is the full-time whistle. A 1-1 draw against Sunderland. I will take that. I assume Darnell Fisher getting sent off early probably helped our cause quite a lot. That result then does keep us in 6th place, although at one point we did move up to 5th. I don't know why. I guess Northampton were losing and scored, probably quite late on. Everyone else around us also seemed to pick up a point at least. So Northampton getting a point. Southend, who do they play? Southend got a point as well against Crawley, which means Crawley also got a point. Fleetwood, what did Fleetwood do? They beat Port Vale, so Fleetwood are starting to solidify their spot in 2nd place in the table. We've got an entire week off now until we get the Mansfield game on Saturday the 13th of February. So hopefully we can get our match fitness back up and we can get back to winning and goal-scoring ways. Actually, in order to get back to goal-scoring ways, what we're going to do match preparation, we're going to do attacking movement there, and we're also going to do match preparation, and we're going to do teamwork. So hopefully that means by the time we get to Mansfield, everyone's best friends and we're quite good attacking. Also, Sunday night, have a team bonding session, sure. A spot of bad news. Jason McCarthy, our new signing from QPR, has not only is he suspended for 3 matches, he's now actually injured for 2 to 4 weeks as well. I don't know, so his 3-match suspension, does that count whilst he's injured? I think it probably does, doesn't it? So hopefully it doesn't actually matter. So in theory, possibly by the time the Peterborough game is here, he's going to be back anyway. It is time for the Mansfield game then. Mansfield find themselves down in 17th place. They're actually doing, I don't know, is that good? 40 points? I mean, basically no one's going to get relegated other than the teams in the bottom 4 now, because there's such a huge gap between 21st and 20th. I think everyone else from 20th up to probably Peterborough aren't really fighting for too much. Obviously, Peterborough, in theory, could probably catch us, particularly if results don't go our way. But this league seems really weirdly split into the top 2, the next 4, the mid-table, and the relegation 4. It doesn't really make too much sense. Also, Mansfield's manager is Emma Hayes, who, as far as I'm aware, is the current Chelsea manager. But she is one of the few female staff members who actually becomes a manager on this game. So, well done to Mansfield. The starting lineup then will be Lillis in goal. John Brayford will be making a start today, despite the fact that he requires a fitness test. I've had enough of him waiting. He's been ready. He's just been sat there needing a fitness test for the last about 3 weeks. So he's playing today against Mansfield. McFadzean and Erkalani are the 2 central defenders, with Damien McCrory as the left back. Jamie Allen and Andrew Sermon are the 2 central midfielders, as always. Taylor Richards is the inside forward on the right. Daniel Aggie has come in to replace Regan Charles Cook on the left, because Regan Charles Cook is terrible at football at the moment. He's so bad, I've even told him he's bad, and he went, "Yeah, you're right, boss." Scott Fraser will be the attacking midfielder behind Marvin Sordell. There is a little line between these two. They've played fairly poorly together. Maybe we do that. Let's put Joe Sparrow and Marvin Sordell there instead. Also on the bench, we do have our Gibraltarian goalkeeper Hankins. Mansfield have 2 new gens. I'm always interested in new gens this early on in the game. He's on loan from Arsenal and bloody ridiculous. And he's on loan from Tottenham and still pretty good at football. Unlike the Sunderland game, I think we can probably win this, so we're going to go for a positive mentality. I don't think it is mentality. They changed that, didn't they? But we're going positive anyway. Brayford to Richards, back to John Brayford. Into Richards again, gets tackled, and now the counter-attack for Mansfield can be on. No, it isn't. Allen, forward from McFadzean, intercepted by Pibhai. Sure, Khan on the right-hand side. Otis Khan crosses in. Davenport is there and hits it just wide of the post. We are not going to be 1-0 down after 5 minutes. It's a miracle. Allen with a free kick hits it straight into the wall. What a terrible free kick that is. Allen gets a second chance, crosses in. Marvin Sordell is there, and Marvin Sordell has scored his first goal in quite a while. It's his 10th goal of the season. We are 1-0 up against Mansfield. Hopefully that should propel us up to maybe 4th in the table at the moment. 5th. It's moved us to 5th. Okay, I guess everyone else is also winning. Allen with a free kick. 22 minutes on the clock. Sordell's there, and he scored again. I don't think that was Sordell. I think Mellor probably is the one who scored that one. It doesn't matter. Marvin Sordell was claiming it. We are 2-0 up now. Dickey with a free kick for Mansfield. Davenport, McDonald. Back to Pibhai. I have no idea how to say his name. Mellor to Otis Khan in the penalty area. Goes for goal. Puts it into the bottom corner. Great goal from Otis Khan. It is 2-1. And we can't keep clean sheets. That's actually a lie. Josh Lillis has 13 clean sheets this season. So we can definitely keep clean sheets. Just before half-time, there is another highlight. We've got a minute and a half to play. Lillis kicks it upfield. Marvin Sordell to Daniel Aggie on the left-hand side. He's going to run forward, crosses it in. Sparrow's there. Richards is there. And Taylor Richards, on loan from Manchester City, gets his first goal in Burton Albion colours. And it is 3-1, and we're going to go in at half-time. 3-1 to the good. Carl McFadzean is making a lot of mistakes, so he might be coming off at half-time. It is 3-1, and yes, I am going to bring off McFadzean because he's made 3 mistakes so far this game, whereas McFadzean, Tom Aldred is going to come on. Aldred, for some reason, is over the moon. His morale was perfect. Maybe I should play him more. Corner for Mansfield. Hamilton's there, hits the bar, and Lillis claims the rebound. Did that hit the bar, or did that go straight into Lillis's hands? Damien McCrory forward to Daniel Aggie, who's picked up a yellow card late on in the first half. Sordell does a weird little spin, plays it across to Taylor Richards. There's 2 in the box, plays it back to Brayford. He goes down, Allen goes for goal, hits it over the bar. Should we have had a penalty? I don't know. At the hour mark, I'm thinking we're going to do some subs. Aggie is going to come off. We have no possible players who can play on that right side of midfield. Right, so what we're going to do, we're going to do that. Sordell's going to go out to the left side of midfield. Will Miller is going to come on as a striker. Miller hasn't scored in an actual age. Corner for Mansfield. Khan takes the corner. McDonald's there, and Hussein Purbhai maybe scores a goal. It is 3-2. We're going to have to go defensive. I do not want to be throwing this away. Mansfield all over us at the moment. Josh Lillis is keeping us in the game. Approaching the 90 minutes, we're into the 90, we're into injury time. It's just gone and disappeared, which is good. I'm glad the final highlight was just the goal. We've got 3 seconds left to play, hopefully nothing comes of this, and we are lucky, I'd say, to pick up 3 points against Mansfield, but it is still 3 points. Taylor Richards with the winning goal on 44 minutes. They were good. Otis Khan seemed to be playing very well. He's not... he's very versatile, but he's not great at football. With that result in the bag, then, we move up to 5th place in the table. Crawley lost to Bradford City. What happened at Northampton? They beat Gillingham. Southend, I reckon they probably won their game as well. Where's the Southend game? Southend beat Scunthorpe 1-0 as well. Fleetwood lost to Swindon. So, all of a sudden, Fleetwood have fallen back into the playoff mix. Sunderland... Does it really matter what they've done? They won 2-0 against Doncaster. Well, to be fair, everyone beats Doncaster. Apart from us, actually, we drew. Next episode, we are going to go to the first 2 games in March. It is going to be Peterborough and it is going to be Walsall. Peterborough find themselves currently in 9th and Walsall rooted to the bottom of the table. So I expect we'll probably beat Peterborough comfortably and draw 0-0 with Walsall in that episode. Thank you very much for watching this episode of Football Manager 2019 with Burton Albion. We're getting towards the end of the season, but there is still a lot to play for, because I can see us dropping out of the playoffs, or possibly even finishing 2nd at the moment. So yes, if you did enjoy, if you wouldn't mind leaving a like. If you want to see more, hit the subscribe button, and I'll be back tomorrow for Peterborough and Walsall.